Picture this. You're standing on a street corner in Lagos, Nigeria. The air is thick with energy. You hear the infectious beat of an Afrobeats track blasting from a nearby shop, a sound that makes you want to move. People are everywhere, a river of humanity flowing in every direction. They're dressed in fabrics so bright they seem to vibrate with life. Bold Ankara prints in electric blues, sunny yellows, and deep reds. The smells are just as loud, smoky, spicy suya grilling on the side of the road, the sweet scent of ripe mangoes stacked high on a vendor's cart. It's organized chaos, a beautiful, living, breathing thing. This isn't just a place, it's an experience, a full-body immersion into a culture that is unapologetically alive and kicking. Now let's jump across the Indian Ocean. You find yourself in a bustling market in Mumbai, India. The scene is different, yet somehow the same. The air hums with a similar chaotic energy, a symphony of sounds. You hear the high-pitched jingle of an auto rickshaw weaving through traffic, the melodic call of a chaiwala selling hot tea, and the distant echo of a Bollywood song from a radio. The colors here are just as stunning. Women walk by in sarees that shimmer like jewels, emerald greens, ruby reds, and sapphire blues, often adorned with intricate gold thread. The scent of jasmine flowers from a garland seller mixes with the powerful aroma of turmeric, cumin, and coriander from a spice stall. It's overwhelming in the best way possible. Both of these places, thousands of miles apart, share a powerful life force. It's a love for color, for sound, for community. In both Lagos and Mumbai, life is not lived behind closed doors. It spills out onto the streets, into the markets, and into the public squares. People connect, they haggle, they laugh, they share stories. It's in these moments, in the midst of all the noise and movement, that you feel the true pulse of these cultures. It's a pulse driven by people, by their interactions, and by a shared understanding that life is something to be lived out loud in full, glorious color. These aren't just cities, they are living galleries of human expression. So what connects these two vibrant worlds? It's more than just a shared love for a lively street scene. It's a deep historical and cultural thread that has been weaving itself between Africa and India for centuries. From ancient trade routes to modern digital highways, these two massive, diverse regions have been in conversation. This essay is about that conversation. It's about looking at the beautiful similarities and the fascinating differences in their music, their food, their faith, and their families. It's a story of how two ancient civilizations are navigating the 21st century, holding on to their roots while embracing the future with open arms. It's a celebration of their shared spirit. Music in both Africa and India is not just background noise, it's the soundtrack to life itself. In many African communities, music is a communal activity. Think about it. A wedding, a funeral, a harvest celebration. What do they all have in common? A beat. Drums are central, providing a powerful, rhythmic heartbeat that brings everyone together. You don't need a special invitation to join in. If you can clap your hands, stomp your feet, or lend your voice to the chorus, you are part of the orchestra. This is music that tells stories, passes down history, and heals the community. It's a language everyone understands, regardless of the dialect they speak. Over in India, music is just as woven into the fabric of daily existence, but with its own unique flavor. You have the intricate melodies of classical Indian music, with sitars and tablas creating sounds that can feel both meditative and intensely emotional. Then, of course, there's Bollywood. You can't talk about Indian music without talking about Bollywood. It's an absolute powerhouse. These songs are more than just tunes. They are epic stories packed into 3-minute cinematic masterpieces. They fuel dance floors, power road trips, and provide the emotional backdrop for billions of people's lives. Like African music, it's deeply communal, with entire families knowing the lyrics and dance moves to the latest hits. The really interesting stuff happens when these two worlds collide in the 21st century. Today's young artists are creating incredible fusion music. You have African artists who grew up watching Bollywood films, incorporating those dramatic melodies and storytelling styles into their Afrobeats tracks. I spoke to a young producer in Nairobi, Kenya, named Sam. He told me, "The emotion in a classic Hindi song is universal. I sample those soaring violins and mix them with a hard-hitting Kenyan beat. It just works. This isn't just copying, it's a creative dialogue. It's taking elements from another culture and using them to create something entirely new and exciting." This cultural exchange is a two-way street. Indian DJs and producers are increasingly drawn to the infectious polyrhythms of Afro house and Amapiano from South Africa. In clubs from Delhi to Bangalore, you can hear these sounds getting people onto the dance floor. The internet and social media have turned the world into a massive creative playground. An artist in Accra can collaborate with a producer in Mumbai without ever leaving their studio. They are proving that a good beat knows no borders. It's a testament to how music can connect us, showing that while our histories may be different, our desire to dance is very much the same. Food is another area where Africa and India share a deep, soulful connection, centered around community and bold flavors. In many parts of Africa, the meal is built around a starchy staple. Think of fufu in West Africa, ugali in East Africa, or pap in Southern Africa. These are typically made from cassava, maize, or yams, and they act as the perfect vehicle for scooping up rich, flavorful stews. These stews are the heart of the meal, often slow-cooked with vegetables, meats, and a complex blend of spices that can include ginger, garlic, and fiery chili peppers. Eating is rarely a solitary act. A large platter is often placed in the center, and everyone gathers around to share from the same dish. Similarly, in India, meals are structured around a central grain, most commonly rice or a flatbread like naan, roti, or chapati. Just like the African fufu or ugali, these staples are used to soak up an incredible variety of dishes. The stars of the show are the curries and dals. India is, of course, the undisputed king of spices. A single dish might contain a dozen or more, like turmeric, cumin, coriander, cardamom, and cloves, all working together to create layers of flavor that are both complex and comforting. And just like in Africa, the act of sharing a meal is a cornerstone of the culture. A thali, a platter with small bowls of different dishes, is a perfect example of this philosophy of variety and togetherness. The similarities in their culinary philosophies are striking. Both cultures understand the power of spices, not just for flavor, but for health and preservation. The use of chili, ginger, and garlic is common to both. The concept of a one-pot stew or a rich curry, where ingredients meld together over time, is a shared tradition born from making the most of what you have. I once interviewed a chef from Ethiopia who pointed out the similarities between her country's berbere spice mix and India's garam masala. We both understand that a meal is not just about feeding the body, she said. It's about creating warmth, creating a moment of connection. The spices are our love language. However, the differences are just as fascinating and delicious. While both use spices, the specific blends and flavor profiles are distinct. Indian cuisine often features more dairy, like yogurt and ghee, while many African cuisines rely on palm oil or groundnut oil. The types of vegetables and legumes also differ based on local agriculture. But perhaps the biggest shared value is that food is never just food. It's hospitality, it's community, it's history. Whether you are being offered a bowl of jollof rice in Ghana or a plate of biryani in Hyderabad, you are being offered more than just a meal. You are being welcomed into a home and into a culture. Religion is the very heartbeat of society in both Africa and India, a source of guidance, community, and spectacular celebration. Africa is a continent of immense religious diversity. You have two major global faiths with deep roots here, Christianity and Islam. They are practiced by hundreds of millions of people, often with unique African interpretations. But alongside these, and often woven into them, are countless indigenous spiritual traditions. These traditions honor ancestors, respect the spirits of nature, and maintain a deep connection to the land. This creates a fascinating spiritual landscape where someone might attend a church on Sunday, but also consult a traditional healer for advice, seeing no contradiction between the two. India is also a land of profound faith and is the birthplace of four major world religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. Hinduism is practiced by the vast majority of the population, with its pantheon of gods and goddesses, epic scriptures, and philosophies that have shaped the subcontinent for millennia. Islam also has a very long and significant history in India, making it home to one of the largest Muslim populations in the world. Add to that vibrant communities of Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, and Jains, and you have a country where spirituality is a constant, visible presence in everyday life, from morning prayers at a temple to the call to prayer from a mosque. What unites these two spiritually rich regions is the way faith translates into festivals. Festivals are not quiet, solemn affairs. They are explosive, public celebrations of life that bring everyone together. In India, you have Diwali, the festival of lights, where entire cities glitter with lamps and fireworks, symbolizing the victory of light over darkness. Then there's Holi, the festival of colors, where people joyfully throw colored powders at each other in a riot of fun and forgiveness. These festivals break down social barriers. For a day, everyone is equal, united in a shared experience of joy and devotion. It's a beautiful, messy, and deeply human expression of faith. Africa has its own incredible array of festivals that are just as colorful and communal. In Nigeria, the Egungun festival features masked dancers who represent the spirits of ancestors, connecting the living with the dead in a vibrant, rhythmic spectacle. In Ethiopia, Timkat celebrates the Epiphany with processions where replicas of the Ark of the Covenant are paraded through the streets, accompanied by chanting and dancing. A young woman from Ghana once told me, "Our festivals are when we remember who we are. We eat the food of our ancestors, we dance their dances, we tell their stories. It recharges our soul." In both places, festivals are a powerful reminder that faith is best expressed together, out in the open, with music, food, and a whole lot of heart. Language is another area where Africa and India display a mind-boggling diversity that is both a challenge and a source of incredible cultural richness. Africa is the most linguistically diverse continent on Earth, home to an estimated 2,000 languages. Think about that. It's not just a few major languages. It's a tapestry of thousands of distinct tongues, each with its own history, poetry, and way of seeing the world. Countries like Nigeria have over 500 languages spoken within their borders. This means that for most Africans, being multilingual isn't a special skill. It's a basic necessity for everyday life. You might speak one language at home with your family, another in the marketplace, and use a lingua franca like Swahili, French, or English for business or education. India is not far behind in this linguistic marathon. The Indian Constitution officially recognizes 22 languages, but the reality on the ground is far more complex, with over 19,500 languages or dialects spoken across the country. While Hindi is the most widely spoken language, and English serves as a crucial link for business and administration, regional languages are fiercely protected and celebrated. A person from Tamil Nadu in the south speaks a language that is completely different from someone from Punjab in the north. This diversity is visible everywhere, especially on the currency notes, where the denomination is written in 17 different languages. It's a daily reminder of the country's motto, unity in diversity. This multilingualism shapes the way people think and interact. I interviewed a linguist from Cameroon who explained it perfectly. He said, "When you speak multiple languages, you have multiple ways of understanding the world. Each language gives you a different lens. It makes you more flexible, more adaptable, and more empathetic to other cultures. This is a shared experience for hundreds of millions of people in both Africa and India. They navigate their daily lives by code switching, effortlessly moving from one language to another depending on who they are talking to. It's a form of mental gymnastics that becomes second nature." The rise of the digital world has added another interesting layer to this linguistic landscape. Young people in both continents are creating new hybrid languages online. In India, you have Hinglish, a mix of Hindi and English, and in Nigeria, you have a vibrant form of Pidgin English that is constantly evolving. These are not just slang, they are creative and efficient ways of communicating in a globalized world. They blend local expressions with global terminology, creating a language that is uniquely their own. It's a perfect example of how these cultures are not just preserving their linguistic heritage, but are actively shaping its future in real time. Clothing in both Africa and India is so much more than just something to wear. It's a statement. It's a story. It's a walking piece of art that tells you about a person's identity, heritage, and social standing. In Africa, traditional attire is defined by its vibrant colors, bold patterns, and incredible variety of textiles. Think of the stunning Kente cloth from Ghana, with its intricate woven patterns where every color has a specific meaning. Or the beautiful Shweshwe fabric of South Africa, with its geometric designs. These are not just clothes for special occasions, they are integrated into daily life, expressing a deep sense of cultural pride and belonging. Similarly, India has a rich and ancient tradition of textiles that is famous around the world. The sari is perhaps the most iconic garment, a single piece of cloth that can be draped in dozens of different ways, each style unique to a particular region. The fabrics themselves are a testament to incredible craftsmanship, from the luxurious silks of Varanasi to the block-printed cottons of Rajasthan. Like in Africa, colors play a huge symbolic role. Red is for brides, white is for mourning, and saffron is for spirituality. The clothes you wear are a visual language, communicating a wealth of information without a single word being spoken. What is truly exciting in the 21st century is how younger generations are remixing these traditional styles with modern, global fashion. You'll see a young professional in Nairobi wearing a sharp business suit made from traditional Ankara fabric, or a college student in Delhi pairing a traditional hand-embroidered kurta top with a pair of ripped jeans. This is not about abandoning tradition, it's about reinventing it. It's a way of saying, I am proud of where I come from, but I am also a citizen of the world. These young designers and fashionistas are the new cultural ambassadors. This fusion fashion is a powerful symbol of contemporary identity in both Africa and India. I spoke to a young designer in Lagos who puts it this way: my grandmother wore Ankara as a full wrapper. My mother wore it as a dress. I wear it as a bomber jacket. The fabric connects us, but the style shows our journey through time. This sentiment is echoed across India, where designers are creating sari gowns and other innovative silhouettes. It reflects a confident, forward-looking attitude. They are taking the best of their heritage and making it relevant for today's world, proving that tradition is not a static museum piece, but a living, breathing thing that can adapt and evolve. As we've seen, Africa and India are two of the most culturally rich and dynamic places on the planet. For centuries, they have developed along parallel paths, creating unique solutions for life, faith, and community. But today, in our hyper-connected 21st century world, those paths are intersecting more than ever before. This modern cultural exchange is happening at lightning speed, fueled by migration, technology, and a shared desire among young people to connect with the wider world. The result is a beautiful and complex dance of cultural fusion, where traditions are not lost, but are instead given new life and new meaning. The digital age has been a game changer. An Indian teenager can discover the latest Amapiano track from South Africa on TikTok and learn the dance moves from a YouTube tutorial. A young filmmaker in Nigeria can watch an independent film from Kerala on a streaming service and be inspired by its storytelling techniques. Social media platforms have become virtual cultural marketplaces where ideas, styles, and sounds are exchanged freely and instantly. This digital bridge is creating a new generation of Africans and Indians who are more globally aware and culturally curious than any before them. They see diversity not as a barrier but as a source of inspiration. This exchange isn't just happening online. The movement of people between the two regions has also played a huge role. Indian communities have existed in parts of Africa for generations, especially in East and Southern Africa, creating a unique blend of cultures. You can find temples in Durban and restaurants serving biryani in Nairobi. In recent years, more Africans are also moving to India for education and business, bringing their own culture with them. I met a student from Ghana studying in Pune, India, who started a small business selling jollof rice. He said, "People here love spices, so they love my food. It's a taste of my home, and it's a way to make new friends." In the end, what is most inspiring is how both Africa and India are managing to embrace this global fusion while holding on tightly to their core values. The world may be changing, but the deep importance of family, the profound respect for elders, the unwavering strength of faith, and the pure joy of community celebration remain as strong as ever. These are the anchors that keep these cultures grounded even as they soar to new heights. They are not becoming westernized, they are becoming more themselves, but in a global conversation. They are showing the world that it is possible to be both deeply rooted and globally connected, creating a future that is as vibrant, diverse, and resilient as their past.